All right, welcome back to the Malapert Smart Podcast. Thank you, anybody who's listening. If you're listening, just hit subscribe. Just do it. We're good. Trust us. You don't even need to listen to the rest of the segment. But we want to talk some WWE today. Yesterday was Smackdown, and Robert didn't watch it, but luckily I got clips. Robert, by the way, is here on the show. Thank you for coming on. And Vlad, the wrestling expert. So let's get right on with it. Let's see what we got. All right, so the much anticipated return of Roman Reigns, because nowadays he gets to go on vacation often. So whenever he goes on vacation and he comes back, it's an occasion that he's back, because Roman Reigns is back. Woo! The Universal Champion, who cheats in absolutely every single match. By the way, while he's making this ring walk entrance, I'll just say that I have a prediction on this channel that he was going to be champion for 7 more years and beat Bruno Sammartino's record. I'm starting to waver on that only because Vince McMahon's not in charge anymore. I think that was Vince's plan. But since Vince is gone, I don't know. I guess I could see them flipping the title off to somebody else. But we'll see. Let's move on a little bit, see what happened in the ring. So Roman's going to come out to the ring, acknowledge him and all that. This was interesting. He was going to introduce his successor for some reason, because he said it's promotion season, Christmas season, I guess. So he wants to introduce his successor as the leader of the Bloodline.
He's going to step up. He's the next in line.
Oh, and Jimmy thinks it's him. So,
yeah, that's the funniest part.
They're whatting him. By the way, Roman does this thing. Everyone has their different response to the what chant, the Stone Cold what chant. If you're not a wrestling fan, Stone Cold used to say what. So now the crowd, whenever a wrestler is speaking slowly, they say what. And Roman, he'll just stop and stare at the crowd. He'll stop completely. He won't continue.
This is the next tribal heir, the next tribal chief.
Jimmy's taking his shirt off.
Jimmy, join me in congratulating your brother. Solo.
Why on earth would Jimmy think it's him after he betrayed Roman, convinced Jay to betray Roman, and then comes back into the group like a weirdo? But okay.
It makes no sense.
Right. All right, so this is where Randy Orton's music hits.
And so now you see.
So here comes Randy Orton to confront them. If you guys haven't been watching, like last year, he had a real life injury, Randy Orton did. And they used the Bloodline to send him away. They put it in a storyline where they beat him up and injured him. So in the storyline, he's coming back to get revenge on them. So now he's back, and this is his first chance to confront Roman Reigns.
For 18 months, I have been thinking about this moment right here. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna say. But you know what, Roman? The only thing I really need to say to you is that I'm coming for you. You took 18 months from me, so I'm going to take everything away from you. And I don't care which one of your family members I have to go through to get the job done. The fact of the matter is this, big dog. It starts tonight. It ends at the Royal Rumble, because I am challenging you, Roman Reigns, for the WWE Championship.
All right. There we go. So that's a superstar showdown for the Royal Rumble. That makes sense. That's pretty good. That's a good spot for Randy Orton, I think.
Absolutely.
By the sound of the fans, it sounds like you deserve it. Well, hold on. What'd you say, 18 months you've been thinking about this? Well, I haven't thought about you at all. 18 months. You haven't done anything to earn this opportunity. Therefore, you don't deserve this opportunity. Therefore, you can go to the back of the line where you belong. This is crazy. Everybody wants to get down with the tribal chief, and they think they're just gonna show up and get the opportunity. That's not how it works, no. So, why don't you go ahead and do what you do? Tap into that big dumb head of yours, and why don't you listen to those voices that are going off? It ain't 2007 anymore. I'm levels above you and everybody else. Those voices in your head, they're telling you right now, get out of the ring, Randy. Run. Leave this man alone. Do not disrespect your tribal chief. Listen to him. Because if you have a match with me, it ain't gonna be an 18-month vacation. Understand me, it's just retirement. You ain't ever coming back.
That was solid.
Of course.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I'm looking into the eyes of the tribal chief, and I can see that you have changed. For the better. For the better. You have evolved. For the better. You are no longer just a historical champion. You, sir, are a legend. Now, I've changed too. I have evolved. But the one thing Randy Orton will always and forever be is a legend killer.
Oh, good callback. There you go. Oh, I didn't. With everybody in the ring right in front of him, almost got an RKO.
You say you haven't been thinking about me, man. Maybe you should start thinking about me. Hold on. I'm getting something right now from the voices in my head. You know what they say? The voices just told me that, Roman, you might have just crapped your pants. And there's one more thing that they also said, and I'll leave you with this. Daddy's back.
All right. That was the opening segment. Before we move on with the rest of the show, let's hear some comments, Vlad. Did you like this segment?
You know, I did, because it sets up a pretty good match, potentially, if that's where the direction they're going at the Royal Rumble, which it looks like. I think they are. It's not written in stone yet, I guess.
I would suppose so.
Bringing Orton back right away, putting him in a really good spot, have a match with Roman at the Royal Rumble, that's pretty big, right? Not that Orton is expected to win it, but the fact that it's a pretty good position for him. I thought it was a pretty good segment, and both parties did their part to kind of build it up quite well and make it interesting. So, yeah, I liked it.
All right, Robert, that was your first viewing of that scene. Let's hear your comments.
Well, yeah, these are two of the top guys in the company. I'm a big fan of both of them, so I'm looking forward to the matchup. However, I'm not too intrigued by it because I think the outcome is going to be pretty obvious. I think we all know who's going to win. The one thing that made me kind of laugh in my head was when Roman Reigns said, "You did nothing in the past 18 months to deserve this title shot." I thought that was hilarious because the way matches are booked these days, all you have to do is attack the champion, and there you go, you get your title shot. And it doesn't take much, right? Or a call out. I mean, that's just how it works these days.
Yeah.
Most wrestlers don't technically do anything to deserve that title shot. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I do like both of them, so I will definitely watch this matchup if and when it does happen in the Royal Rumble. I don't expect Randy Orton to win. This is the one thing that makes it a little less intriguing, is I think the outcome is obvious. Roman Reigns will still end up being the victor, and you can believe that.
Yeah, I agree. I still like the exchange between them. I thought it was very high level. Very high level. All right, let's move on. Let's see the rest of the show. So someone's going to fight Randy Orton tonight. It's going to be Jimmy Uso.
The things he said to me, he needs to be silenced.
Listen, Us, I can silence Randy Orton, but it sounds like a job for the tribal heir.
You kidding me? It's promotion season. If you're able to handle Randy Orton alone, just imagine what's in store for you. Get anything. You understand? Yeet.
Yeet, isn't that Jey Uso's
Yeah.
catchphrase?
He just messed up right there.
Yeah. So then later in the day, there's another segment. Jimmy's in the back
Paul and Roman been talking mighty long, dudes. Longer than
with
usual.
Solo.
And it don't feel good. It don't even feel right. On the real, feels like a setup.
Oh, God. So he thinks Roman's going to send them out there against Randy Orton and just leave him hung out there to dry, I guess. Feels like a setup. But, God, this, like we said, Vlad, we've been over this many times. This is just maddening, this storyline. He's still involved with the Bloodline after all that he's been through with them, and now he's worried about getting stabbed in the back by them. Jesus Christ.
And let me ask you something.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Solo, you would tell me if something were to happen to me, right? Right? I'm your brother.
I love Solo, though. Solo's been so good since he got called up from NXT.
I like that he doesn't give away anything. He doesn't really. His facial expressions never change. He's never happy. He's never sad. He's just like, I don't know how he doesn't burst out laughing with some of the stuff he has to say.
He's extremely good at keeping a straight face. Extremely.
Very good at even when Sammy tried to Sammy was with the group and he tried to
Still stay serious.
he still stayed serious, which was almost impossible with some of the stuff Sammy was saying.
All right, Robert. So get a load of this madness. This is the end of the show. This is the Jimmy Uso Randy Orton fight, and this is about to be the end of it. So he's about to get RKO'd. We're gonna see if he's gonna get hung out to dry or if they're gonna actually try to help him. All right, so Solo's music hits, so it's not a setup. But as Solo comes to the ring, LA Knight's music hits, so Solo can't even come in and try to help him. LA Knight thwarts him at the ring walk entrance, and I think that's going to be the end for Jimmy. RKO, and that's it.
Quickly across to put away Jimmy Uso, he's got it!
All right. So LA Knight and Randy Orton give each other a nice look, like, you know, they're on the same side. They technically want the same thing. They both want to be champion, but for the moment, they have a common enemy. As LA Knight's talking to Randy, Roman Reigns comes from behind and wipes LA Knight out. And this is going to lead to, actually, a physical confrontation between Randy and Roman, believe it or not. Something they usually save for something far closer to the actual match. But Roman's going to jump in there.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. But yeah.
And here it is.
This is not typical heel behavior.
It's what everybody watching wanted as Randy Orton takes the fight to Roman.
All right, so Jimmy Uso comes from behind to help Roman. So now it's 2-on-1.
The numbers game, having the tribal chiefs back, Reigns.
So here comes LA Knight to even the odds a little bit. 2-on-2, but it's still going to be 3-on-2 because Solo's going to come around. So there's Solo. So they're going to kind of take control now, beating down LA Knight and Randy Orton. And guess whose music hits, Robert? Come on, take a wild guess.
Oh, AJ Styles.
Yep, there's AJ, and AJ comes from behind. They're looking for him at the ring walk entrance, but he comes in with the phenomenal elbow, the phenomenal forearm, as they call it, to even the odds. I love AJ Styles, by the way. One of my favorites.
He's one of my favorites too.
WWE Universe
Yep.
leading the score.
He's in great shape, by the way. Amazing shape.
If you're gonna be in WWE, can't show up all pudgy.
The last time we saw the Bloodline in retreat.
All right, so this also is going to throw us another curveball, Robert, as these three are in the ring and they think that they've thwarted the Bloodline for the night. Watch what AJ Styles does as LA Knight's back is turned. So AJ Styles wipes out LA Knight. I'm thinking this is going to turn into a match between them that AJ's do another job, basically. I think that's the point of this. So they're going to lead to an AJ LA Knight match as AJ Styles walks out of the ring, walks past Roman Reigns, and Roman's like, what the fuck is going on here? But okay. And that's the end of the show, Robert. So there you go. All right, so that's SmackDown from December 15th, 2023 in the books. Yet another episode. Any comments? I guess I'll start with Vlad about the end of the show.
Well, yeah, you know what? I liked it just because it was kind of unpredictable. I didn't even know AJ was coming back. I didn't hear anything about this. I mean, I don't really read the dirt sheet, so if that was out there that he was due back, I didn't know. And I didn't know what he was going to do once, definitely with the LA Knight thing, like kind of comes back, looks like he's coming back as a face, but now maybe he's going to be more of a heel. Yeah, I agree that it's a setup for a match for them. I think they need LA Knight to work with somebody because it looks like a lot of the other guys are going to be occupied doing other things, and they want LA Knight to stay relative to a certain...
Relevant.
He should have still relevant, excuse me, yes. He should have a primary spot, maybe at the Rumble, I'm thinking. Who better than one of the best workers, maybe of all time, than AJ Styles? So this is going to be great in the sense of the match. I don't know what kind of build they're going to have, but it will be interesting. I'd like to see AJ's explanation of why he did that, though. It really was kind
exactly.
of
That's what I was going to say.
Out of left field, because it's like, what did LA Knight do to you? Like, he didn't do anything to you. He has nothing to do with anything that happened to you. I think he was also, if I remember correctly, AJ was also taken out by the Bloodline. That's how he left. I think that was another kayfabe type. The Bloodline injured him.
All right, Robert, did you have any comments about the end of the show there?
That was a phenomenal heel turn.
You know, I was going to say Robert always sees things a little bit differently than we do. You know, he gets a different perspective, which I like. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I didn't see AJ Styles' return coming or that turn, but cool. It's always good to see him. He's one of my all-time favorites, so yeah, I'm glad he's back. You know, he's the face that runs the place. I don't mind him being the face that runs the place. We need him back.
Do you like him working with LA Knight?
Well, yes, that would be a really good matchup. Plus, you kind of touched on it already that Randy Orton is already busy with Roman Reigns. There was still a feud between LA Knight and Roman, but now Randy's going to have the feud with him. So LA Knight has to fight somebody. So AJ Styles seems like a good opponent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, there you go. That'll wrap up our WWE talks for the week. Stay tuned to our channel. We're going to talk some classic wrestling next. So some WCW, some old WWF. Subscribe if you want to. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Thank you for listening.